Hey guys, I'm Dr. Nick from Adjusting the World Chiropractic. Today we're going to deal with one of the most common questions we get in the office here every single day, and that is, what should I do to strengthen my core? So we all know there's so many different ways we can go about strengthening our core, from crunches to twisting to planks, but what we don't realize is that many of the things we do to strengthen our core are actually causing damage and weakness to our spine. So today we want to go through some really safe, effective ways for you to strengthen the core, help stabilize your posture in your spine, and make sure that you can stay healthy, active for the long term, which is our goal for all of our patients here in the office. So we all know a strong core is essential to athletic movements, to posture and sitting at a desk all day, and it also can really help keep our spine healthy so we don't create future problems going forward. So I want to start with the first exercise here today, which is going to be a standard plank. Many of you guys have done those before, but we want to talk about a few key ways to make sure you're doing it in that healthy spinal neutral, and that is a very important thing, position. So let's go ahead and get into the plank. So I'm going to come down here. There's a couple ways to do it. You can do a high plank, or you can go down on your elbows and forearms. I personally like to do the elbows and forearms. It can take out any wrist injuries or issues there. So first thing you want to do is get down with your shoulder and your elbows stacked over each other. Then you're going to come up on your toes, almost like a push-up position. And from here, we're going to lift up and hold. We want to make sure you're keeping your head neutral, so you're looking straight down. We don't want the head down like this or here, causing any stress on the neck. And then we want to think about tucking that tailbone and engaging your glutes while you're holding the position. So this looks like a good core strengthening position here. So you can hold that for as long as you feel comfortable. We personally like to recommend 3 rounds of 60 seconds and building up to that being your goal. If that's too difficult in the beginning, a modification can be starting on the knees, and that takes some of the pressure off of the core. And as you build strength, you can eventually go back to the toes and feet and knees up. So some front plank there. So there's another variation we can do of a side plank, and that's going to work more in the obliques and side muscles to help seal in that posture in the spine. So we're going to do the same thing, forearm down, elbow, shoulder positioned here. You can stack your feet or you can cross your feet over, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Today I'll start with stacking the feet. You want to make sure you're pushing your hips forward so they're in a line with you, and then you're going to raise up. You can put your arm up here or lay it down on your side, and we want to hold this position with a nice straight line through here. Good. If you want to go into and modify, again, we can go down onto the knees and make sure we're moving the hips forward so they're in line with the rest of your spine, and then raise up and try to hold that nice straight line down through here. So side plank is a little more challenging than the front plank, so that may be a little bit less time, but again, we can work and hold it as long as you can hold it in that good position. That's the most important thing, is to be in that healthy position so we're not causing extra stress on the spine. The next exercise we want to move into is called bird dog. So this is a really good core strengthening, and it gets some mobility of the hips and shoulders as well. So you're going to start in this all fours position, and again, you want shoulder and wrist in a nice straight line here. We're going to feel like you're kind of tucking the tailbone under just a little bit, and then we're going to raise one arm and the opposite leg, and we're going to extend and reach out long, and then you'll bring those down and then extend out, and then come down and extend out. And that's going to really help engage those core. One of the things you want to avoid or really be careful of is when you're reaching out, that you're not letting your body rotate or drop. You want to think about holding things in that nice stable position. So the movement should really be taking place just in the arm and the leg, and we're not dropping that hip or that torso. So, you can do anywhere from 5 to 15 reps. And you want to make sure you're doing that on both sides, so you'll alternate arms and legs there. So next one is a glute bridge. The glute muscles are really important for hip stabilization and also for powerful movements for those of us who are working out and staying active. So with the glute bridge, you're going to start down on your back here, and something to be mindful of, a lot of times when we lay down, we'll get this arch here where we can slide our hand under our back. we want to get out of that extended position. You really want to get into that neutral position. So you're going to start by tucking your pelvis and flattening that back into the floor. Then you're going to take your heels and hold that tuck and then push down with your heels. That's actually going to lift your hips off of the ground. So we want to feel like we're keeping that tuck here and we're kind of shortening the distance between your ribs and your abdominals. You don't want to push up into a big arch position like this. So you're going to come back down. Back should be nice and flat on the floor. Drive into the heels, lift those hips. Count 1, 2, and then lower yourself back down. And then raise up again. Hold that 2 seconds. And then lower back down. And the key is keeping that back flat on the floor throughout the process, or tucked through the whole process. So as far as the glute bridges, you can listen to your body with that and do as many reps as you feel are best for you. I would strive to do somewhere between 10 and 20 reps, really strengthen those glutes to help hold you in the right position. The last exercise we want to focus on today is called dead bug. So you're going to bring your legs up here. Again, really focusing on that back, staying flat on the floor, and that tailbone position is very important. Then you're going to bring your arms up here, making the dead bug that we've all found in the garage floor before. And what you're going to do is extend one leg out and one arm out as far as you can go without letting your back arch up off the floor. So if you're feeling that big arch, that's no good. You're not holding and working the proper muscles. So if you can only move this far, totally fine. If you can get to where you can stretch it all the way out, holding that position and then coming back up, that's great. We can do the same side, which will really engage this side of your abdominal walls and abdominal cavity, or you can actually alternate where you do one leg and opposite arm and then bring them back in. If you really want to push it and get a great workout, I would recommend doing the same side for 10 reps and then alternate for 10, and then go in and do the same side on the other side for 10 reps and then finish alternating those 10 reps in there. So it's going to really work the entire core. It's going to help with some hip and shoulder mobility too. And doing these exercises consistently is going to keep you safe, strong, and healthy, which is the ultimate goal. So thanks for watching those. Try them out. If you have any questions, comment, or ask us when you're in the office. Thanks. Have a great day.